in this video, we will be looking at place value system. Now, before we go into place value system, let's see what natural numbers are and whole numbers. Now, what are natural numbers? Natural numbers are the counting numbers we are used to. Okay, so natural numbers will include, they will include 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on and so forth. Okay, this dot, 3 dots means it is continuous right up to infinity. Now, when we talk about whole numbers, they could be positive or negative. Okay, so positive whole numbers include numbers from 0. Okay, positive whole numbers, okay, include numbers from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on and so forth. Okay, so these numbers start from 0. All right, so the difference between the positive numbers and the natural numbers are the positive numbers start from what? 0. Okay, so when we're talking about positive numbers, we start counting from what? From 0, while natural numbers start counting from 1. Okay, so why are we talking about this? Because when we are dealing with the place value system, we deal with what? We deal with whole numbers, okay, with positive whole numbers. Okay, so when we are talking about the place value system, we deal with positive whole numbers. Okay, so now let's go back to our place value system. So remember, in our previous lesson, we spoke about the Egyptian system. Okay, we spoke about the Egyptian system, and we said the Egyptian system is a system in which you can interchange the values. E.g., take for instance, let's say we have the number 33. 33 will be represented by 3 tens. Okay, these are the symbols for 30. Okay, and then we have 3 strokes, 2, 3. Okay, remember we said it can also be written as, I can also represent this as, okay, I can also represent this as 3 strokes, and then I write it like this. It will still be valid. Okay, so I can interchange the symbols however I want. But in the case of place value system, you cannot interchange the symbols, okay, or in this case, the digits. All right, so when we're talking about place value system, we're talking about digits. So in this system, let's say we have the value 2304. It is not the same as 3204. The value of 3 here is different from the value of 3 here. Okay, so the value of 3 in 2304 is what? Is 100. Do you get it? Now the value of 3 here is 1000. Okay, so they are completely different. Okay, so I cannot interchange the value of 3. That is why we say it is what? It is place value system. Okay, is that understood? Okay, so now when we're talking about place value system, they start from the units point. Okay, so the first digit to the right is what we refer to as the unit. Okay, followed by the tens, followed by hundreds, thousands, and it continues right up to infinity. Okay, are we together? So now let's look at let's see some example. Let's see some example. Now, example 1. Let's say the example says, what is the value of each of the following? What is the value of each of the following? Now, the 4 in A, 6,402. Okay, so we have 6,402. What is the value of the 4? So remember here, this one is units, this one is tens, and then this one is hundreds. Okay, so the value of 4 is what? Is 400. That's the place value. Okay, now the next one, the value of 4 in 2,984. So here we have units, we have tens, we have hundreds, and then we have thousands. Okay, 1,000. Now they are asking us to find the value of 4. So the value of 4 is 400. units. You get it? Okay, so that is that. Now let's see the second example. Example 2. Let's see example 2. So what is the value of 2 in 6,000? So 6,402. What is the value of 2? So 2 here, immediately we can say that the value of 2 is what? Units. All right, so the value of 2 is 2 units. Okay, now the next one, what is the value of 2 in 2,984? What's the value of 2? So we have units, we have tens, hundreds, then we have thousands. Okay, so what is the value of 2 there? The value of 2 is what? 2,000. Okay, so that is the value of 2. So that is what we refer to as place value system. Let's see one final example. I'll admonish you to do number 3. Okay, do number 3. You can drop it in the comment section. Okay, so you can do number 3 and just make sure you participate. All right, so number 4, what is the value of 0 in 10,269? What is the value of 0? So we have units, tens, hundreds, thousands. Okay, so what will be the value? The value of 0 will be what? The value of 0 will be 0,000. Okay, 0,000. Okay, so we have units, tens, hundred, thousands. Okay, so we do not, what this is telling us is we do not have a value of 1,000. What we have is a value, we do not have a digit, okay, for 1,000 in that place. Okay, we do not have a digit there, so we represent it by what? By 0. Okay, so let's see another example. Let's see another example. So let's say a student does the sum. Let's say a student is given a classwork or something. I'm sure some of you make the same mistakes. And let's say I say you should add 502 plus 79. Okay, now will he be correct to say 502 plus 79? Will I be wrong as a student if I add these two values like this? Now the answer is yes, I will be wrong. Why will I be wrong? Because when you look at 79, the place value of 9 here is units, while the place value of 7 is hundreds. It is tens, sorry. Place value of 9 is tens. Okay, so we have tens. I'll put my pen. It's tens. Okay, so it will be wrong for me. In this case, what I'm doing is I am adding units to tens, which is very wrong. Okay, you do not add units to tens. So when adding or subtracting, you have to align them together. Okay, so you have to put the units under the units, tens, and you have to put the tens under the tens. Okay, so this will be wrong. All right, so how do I write it? I'll write 300, 5 tens, 2 units. All right, and then I'll write my 9 units. Okay, 7 tens like this. Okay, so I'm adding. When I'm adding, I'll add my 2 plus 9 as my normal addition. That's not what this class is for. So it will be wrong for me to place the unit value under 100 value. What I'm implying is that I am adding units to hundreds, which will be completely wrong. Okay, so you have to be mindful when you are doing your addition. I'm sure your teacher must have told you not to do it that way, and I'm sure some of you might have made the same mistake and did not really understand what you were doing. So the reason is you do not put the unit term under a tens term or under a 100 term. You have to place each place value system together when carrying out your addition or subtraction. Okay, so let's see another example. Let's say you are to subtract 6203, subtract 97 from it. Now I will also be wrong if I say 6203 minus 93. Why will I be wrong? You can see that I'm placing my unit term under what? Under the tens, which is completely wrong. Okay, and I'm placing my tens term under the 100th term. So it's completely wrong. So when doing your subtraction, you have to, so this is wrong, okay? So this is supposed to be 6203. I'll place my, this is units. I'll place my units under the units, and then I'll place my tens. This is tens. My nines is also a 10, so I'll place my nines under the 10th term. So when I do this, I can easily do my subtraction. Okay, so this is very, very important. When you are doing your addition or your subtraction, you need to be mindful of your place value. Okay, be mindful of your place value. You place your unit terms under the units, place your tens term under the tens, place the hundreds under the hundreds, thousands under the thousands. Okay, so I hope you understand the concept of the place value system. In our next lesson, we'll be continuing on the place value system, but we'll be looking at it in terms of when we have decimal fraction.